All right, Tom, thank you very much. Let's talk more now about these new measures in Napa County with Mark Deveau. He is a former FEMA presidential appointee. And Mark, Napa County really trying to set out this path to get itself to back, economically to reopen more businesses.
Yeah, certainly. And we see that over in Bolinas too, where they've tried to test the entire town's population. And people have to remember that this is a tool to be used by those folks making a decision when to open up the state. It's to identify those pockets of areas where the virus is starting to spread. And they want to get in there and isolate and quarantine those folks so that we can open up the rest of the state. So the testing is a tool to get us to the end result.
Yeah, we'll be following what happens there in Napa County as well as Bolinas, Marin County town there. I want to talk about now this first in the nation program that we mentioned at the top of the show. This program designed to give needy seniors meals. This is really extraordinary.
It certainly is, and you're going to see this program grow throughout the nation. But what's so interesting about it for us here, because it is first in the nation, it's local certainly, but that partnership between the FEMA administrator here on the West Coast, Bob Fenton, and the governor and their staffs coming together are what actually created this. And Bob Fenton, the former FEMA administrator, came from the Obama administration out of FEMA headquarters. Last week, we saw on a national news magazine the former head of FEMA, Craig Fugate, talk about this program and how encouraging it is and encourage people to roll it out. So now we're seeing it for the first time, and it's certainly going to fill a need for those areas and the seniors that we were talking about earlier in today's newscast.
Yeah, it certainly will fill that void. Do you know if FEMA has ever done anything like this before?
No, this is a first. It's historic. Now, FEMA definitely provides meals. They're just packaged meals and water and things of that nature, but certainly they have not gone to the extreme of being able to roll out a program like this in partnerships with the counties and the city. And what's unique about it and encouraging is that not only are you feeding the seniors who are most vulnerable, they're usually sheltered they're in the lower poverty bracket, and they're not able to get meals because community centers are shut down. But what's great about it, it also brings economy, cash flowing throughout the communities, and it also employs restaurant workers. So it seems to be a win-win all the way across the board.
Yeah, it certainly does. Getting those restaurant employees back to work, FEMA picking up about 75% of the cost. And I think I heard the governor say that it's an estimated that 1.2 million seniors live alone. So there is, in fact, a huge, huge void that needs to be filled here. Well
said. Absolutely. And, the difficult part is that the virus is affecting communities of color and the lower socioeconomic group, which this is the bracket that we're talking about, are seniors, that many of them live alone. And so to be able to have this type of service isn't just meals, but it's also some interaction for them when they sorely need it from the mental health standpoint.
Yeah, as we mentioned, first in the nation, but something that obviously, if successful here, could go ahead and be played out in other states. Mark Deveau, always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. Have a good night.